Friday, June 20th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you, and we'll start off with the visibilities again out there this morning. Some patchy fog, nothing terribly widespread, and things are pretty quiet this morning overall, but it was another hot day yesterday. Look at these recorded highs around the region: 92 in Charlotte, but 98 in Fayetteville, 97 in Raleigh, it was 94 in Greensboro, Columbia at 96, so was Wilmington. Hot day, humid day across the region too yesterday. Temperatures this morning, 60s and 70s out there. Some of us a little bit cooler across the Piedmont than what we've had on recent mornings, but still certainly pretty mild and muggy. Our dew point temperatures still largely in the 60s to low 70s out there overall once you get away from the higher mountain elevations. Had a pretty good round of scattered thunderstorms yesterday, and the setup today still favors scattered thunderstorms, but probably the intensity of the storms will be a little bit lower today overall than what we saw yesterday. But with that front drape through the region today and tomorrow, still some scattered showers and storms around the region. Now I'll take you on a tour of the radar, and we'll back up and look at yesterday's data. Right now things are pretty quiet as I'm cutting this video, but look at the radar imagery throughout the afternoon and the evening hours yesterday. Definitely a pretty intense round of thunderstorms that moved on through, and a lot of the storm reports were focused on the Triad area. I'll show you the radar loop from up in that region, and then I'll kind of pan down and show you parts of western and southern North Carolina as well. It was just an active round of storms, and those storms extended down into South Carolina too as we went through the course of yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening. Now, in terms of storm reports, a lot of them, no doubt about that. Some of the more significant storm reports here from Wilkes County around the Moravian Falls area. A number of wind damage and hail reports up there. This is just one of the reports. 100 trees down at the Brushy Mountain Farm there in Moravian Falls. And there were many other hail and wind reports. These reports across Surrey and down into Yadkin County, up into parts of Stokes County. This is where you had a lot of nickel and quarter-sized hail reports yesterday. Further to the south in western Forsyth County, trees and power lines down around Louisville. You had a number of other wind damage reports across parts of northern Forsyth County with that storm the middle part of the afternoon. Around High Point, a little after 4, trees and power lines down. And again, there was just a number of reports similar to that all around the region. It was definitely a very active day. A lot of hail reports in the mountains, some wind reports down through the mountains and the foothills too. Now, in terms of today, that front drape close by, that'll bring us more scattered showers and storms. But as mentioned, I think the intensity of the storms is a little bit lower than what we saw yesterday. And our temperatures overall, a couple of degrees off of yesterday's numbers. 92 in Charlotte, 94 the high in Fayetteville, 90 in Greensboro. Tomorrow, still some scattered thunderstorm chances, but I think we may see the greatest focus of storms tomorrow be over here in the eastern part of the Carolinas, depending on the timing of that area of low pressure. Highs tomorrow, upper 80s and lower 90s across the region in most spots. And then as we get on into Sunday, really it's looking like a lot of North Carolina, once you get away from the mountains. Could see a mainly dry day. I'll leave in an isolated storm chance through the Piedmont, but certainly they'll be fewer in number than what we've seen over the past day or two to that as we get to that point. But a little bit of a more stable setup for Sunday and maybe Monday too. And look at the highs, mid and upper 80s across much of North Carolina. If you're heading to the coast this weekend, again, I think tomorrow things pretty unsettled. And still a few scattered storms for Sunday. As we get on into that was the Outer Banks. For the southern North Carolina beach areas, around 90 today, and then 80s as you go through the weekend with some scattered afternoon thunderstorms. Tropics are still pretty quiet, but there is a little area of weak low pressure just off the Florida coast. That is situated right there. Only a very, very slim chance of any development with that. Probably not going to happen. A few tropical waves moving through the Caribbean, but nothing that's overly impressive. And the Atlantic Ocean is quiet. No sign of any tropical development here as we head on through the next few days. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.